كيف حالكم? Welcome to Learn Arabic Online with Loubna Duymayan. A word for you from Assimilated Verbs. The mind needs stories as much as the body needs food. There are junk stories and more nourishing ones. The food we eat becomes our bodies. Assimilated stories form our identities. Assimilated verb is a form of a verb with an initial of a waaw or a ya, noted as weak letters because they metamorphose into another letter under certain conditions. It is specified to be assimilated because of its similarity to the sound verb in rejecting any shifting of weak letters in the perfect. Which means that the waaw or the ya, radicals of the root, do not turn into an alif in the perfect, unlike hollow verbs and defective verbs. For example, from the root qaf, waaw, lam, we have the verb qala. He said, conjugated in the perfect third person singular masculine. So the waaw of the root turns into an alif for hollow verbs. For defective verbs ending with a weak letter, for example, the verb jara, huwa jara, he ran, ending with a shortened alif. The root of this verb is jim, ra, ya. So this ya turns into a shortened alif in the perfect. But this is not the case with this verb. Alright? That is to say, assimilated verbs in the past tense conjugate exactly like sound verbs. Just as we have learned before. No more, no less. لا أكثر ولا أقل. And this is the highlighted feature of an assimilated verb with the Arabic term of الفعل المثال. مثال is a masculine noun, means example, resemblance, or anything equal or similar. Assimilated verbs manifest two classifications. مثال واوي, assimilated verb with a waaw as first radical. واوي means relating to the letter waaw. As in وقف, to stop or to stand. وزن, to weigh, starting with a waaw. Very easy to detect. وعد, to promise. On the other hand, we have assimilated verb starting with a ya. مثال يائي, with a ya as first radical. يائي means that this verb is related to the letter ya. As in يسر, be or become easy. يبس, to dry up, stiffen or harden. يئس, to give up, to despair. And there are very few of them. Mostly you will encounter verbs starting with a waaw. There are too many of them. Some guidelines to pay attention to. Assimilated verbs are subjected to lose their waaw in the imperfect and the imperative, as illustrated in wasala. In the imperfect, yasilu. We have just the prefix ya, the waaw is gone. Alright? We have the prefix plus the middle radical of the root and the third radical. Sil. In the imperfect, we are left just with the second radical and the third radical. Sil. To arrive. Wajada. To find. Yajidu. Same pattern as wasala, yasilu. Jid. Wazana. To weigh. Yazinu. Zin. Very easy. Wada'a. To put, to place. Yada'u. Da. Waqa'a. To take place, to occur, to happen. Yaqa'u. Qa'. Alright? So the waaw dissolves with these verbs in the imperfect and the imperative. If the kasra is the stem vowel, what does it mean, the stem vowel? So we have the three radicals of the roots. So the one placed on top of the middle radical is the stem vowel. Alright? Capiche? So the waaw remains and turns into a ya in the imperative with a preceding kasra held by an alif. How? Let's see. Wasina. Fa'ila. So we have that kasra in the middle radical. Wasina. Yawsanu. See? The first radical didn't go anyway. It's there. Plus the prefix. So we have yawsanu. And the vowel, the fatha of the first radical glides for smoother transition. Instead of saying yawasanu, we say yawsanu with the sukun on top of the waaw. Alright? Isan in the imperative. Here it seems like in the imperative the conjugated verb starts with a long vowel, ya. And since this is not possible in Arabic, we can start a word with a long vowel. So a helping vowel to the rescue, matching the ya, which is a kasra. And kasra, the short vowel, cannot stand by itself. It needs a support. So we need an alif. So we say isan. Alright? To sleep or slumber. Wajila. Again, we have a kasra in the middle. Fa'ila. Wajila. Yawjalu. Following the same pattern, same principle. Yawjalu. Okay? So the fatha on the waaw just glides to let a sukun in its place for a smoother pronunciation. Yawhalu. It sounds better than yawahalu. Instead of two syllables, we have just one. Yawhalu. Yawjalu, sorry. Yawjalu. Wajila. Yawjalu. Ijal. Same pattern. To feel fear or to be afraid. Waji'a. Waji'a is to ache or to suffer. Waji'a. Yawja'u. And here the kasra of the stem vowel turns to a fatha in the imperfect. So we have yawja'u. Ija. So here what we have noticed that the second vowel drops for a easier pronunciation, right? And here we have an example with the verb wahila. Wahila means to get stuck in the mud. Wahila. So with this verb, the first radical is not dropped. in the imperfect. So we have our prefixes, all right? Here, أوحل, أنا أوحل, okay? So the fatha of the waaw is gone, glides, and we keep the fatha of the prefix a, أوحل, and the stem vowel turns to a fatha, أوحل. And for the prefixes, when you address second person, singular or plural, mostly it will be a ta. Unless we are referring to third person feminine hiya. So we have to use a ta also, even if it's third person, because mostly third person would use a ya. But in this case, we have to use a ta with hiya, all right? And with huma, third person, dual, feminine also, we have to use ta, all right? Don't forget this. Okay, huma توحلان. All right, so this is the way it conjugates. So توحل توحلين, يوحل توحل نوحل, نحن, first person, plural, نحن, أنتما توحلان, أنتما يوحلان توحلان, أنتم توحلون, أنتن توحلن, هم يوحلون, هن يوحلن. With هن, third person, plural, feminine, we have a ya as a prefix. Yeah, we have an exception in here. So it's easy to conjugate this verb. Just with wahila, the waaw is not dropped, and there are really few of them with this exception. Okay, so like wajila, wajila, to be afraid, and wahila, to get stuck in the mud, and waji'a, to ache, just few of them, and wasina, wasina, to sleep or slumber. So the first radical ya of assimilated verbs does not fall in the imperfect nor in the imperative, regardless of the stem vowel. So here you would not pay attention to the stem vowel. For example, the verb ye'isa, here, ye'isa, ye'isa, to lose hope. Ye'asu, here, ye'isa, ye'asu. It's same as here, just here we have a ya as first radical. So since a ya is not dropped, here we will have the vowel of the first radical gliding for a easier pronunciation. So it will be still the ya. So we have ay asu, and here the hamza changes its support because it has a fatha now. The stem vowel is a fatha. Here the stem vowel is a kasra. That's why we have a ya without dots as a support. But in the imperfect, it turns to an alif, matching the fatha. Ay asu, tay asu, tay asina, same as here. It sounds same, no difference. Yawhalna, yay asna, yawhaluna, yay asuna, same. Nothing fancy or different. So es in the imperative, all right? Es, just the way we have seen with the other verbs like waji'a, yawja'u, ija. When the first radical does not drop, they behave the same way. So you will add that kasra and with the alif before the long vowel ya, es. Yebisa, again another example, yebisa, to dry up, yeye, besu, ibes. So now, let's gaze at the conjugations of the verb wajada, to find or to come across in the perfect. So, you know that there are no prefixes in the perfect. So we will be just dealing with the suffixes. So here, أنا وجدت, alright? أنت وجدت, وجدتي. هو وجد, هي وجدت. نحن وجدنا, أنتما وجدتما. هما وجدا, هما وجدتا. أنتم وجدتم. أنتن وجدتن, هم وجدوا, هن وجدنا. So, since there are no prefixes in use in this tense, we are fine. The stem consisting of the three radicals of the root stays intact. So no alterations are detected during the conjugation with all the subject's pronouns. So this is the stem consisting of the three radicals. They are intact. You can find them all over the conjugations. Alright, there is no dropping or alteration or change in form, nothing. They stay all together. When a suffix begins with a consonant, ta, a sukun precedes, as you remember. So we have wajadtu, this is the suffix. The tu is a consonant, followed by a dhamma. So it is preceded by a sukun. And we have the same thing with ana, anta, wajadta, anti, and nahnu, again sukun, and antum, second person plural masculine, wajadtum, antunna, wajadtunna, second person plural feminine, and hunna, wajadna, third person plural feminine. For the conjugations for huwa and hiya differ in no way at all from the conjugations of sound verbs you have seen. Their suffixes starts with the short vowel fatha with the addition of ta of femininity to the third person singular feminine hiya. So we have huwa wajada, the fatha is the suffix, and for hiya we just add the ta with the sukun, alright, referring to hiya, to she. The suffix alif for the third person dual masculine necessitates a prior fatha, and the fatha is followed by the ta of femininity and the dual alif for the third person dual feminine. Alright, so we have huma wajada fatha and followed by an alif. And for the feminine, we have fatha, ta, and then fatha. And the ta has a fatha because it matches the following alif. Regarding the third person plural masculine, a matching dhamma precedes the suffix waaw, alif, as the best grammatical match. So you are expected to conjugate them with no problem. So here we have hum, wajadu, de, third person plural masculine. We have a dhamma followed by a waaw and unpronounced alif, the suffix that you are familiar with already. Now, let's move to the minefield of imperative conjugations, only if you have a brave heart. If not, stay wherever you are. In the imperfect, the first radical waaw of the stem is dropped from all the conjugations for the vast majority of these verbs. Maybe it ceased because of an explosion. Bam! Gone. Who knows? Note that the stem vowel for this verb is a kasra in the imperfect. So we have wajada, yajidu. The stem vowel fatha turns to a kasra in the imperfect. Wa'ada, to promise, ya'idu. A fatha also may be seen as a stem vowel, like wada'a, yada'u. Okay, we kept the fatha of the perfect in the imperfect. In fact, many of these verbs have a kasra for the stem vowel in the past and maintain the kasra for the stem vowel in the present tense, as wathiqa, to trust, to confide in, yathiqu. Waritha, to inherit, yarithu. I'm sorry, but you should also be aware of Form 1 assimilated verbs which are also defective, such as wafa here. The verb starts with a long vowel waaw and ends with a shortened alif. We have two weak letters. Wafa, to keep a promise or to keep a word. Yafi. So the waaw is dropped and the shortened alif turns to a ya in the imperfect. Fi is the imperative. In the imperative we keep just the consonant. All the weak letters are gone. Fi. Alright? So afi conjugated in the first person, in the imperfect first person singular. Afi. So we have the prefix a and the middle radical fi, and the shortened alif turns to a ya. Wafaytu, you keep the three radicals. Wafaytu, just the shortened alif turns to a ya. Wafaytu. Wa'a, again another example. Ya'i, same thing. Wafa, yafi, wa'a, ya'i. Wa'a, to be aware. Waliya. Waliya ends with a ya this time. So we have waaw, lam, ya. Yali, the waaw is dropped and prefixed with a ya. Yali, the middle radical stays and the ya turns to a long vowel. It just loses its fatha. Alright? This is to be close to or to follow. Now, let's place some of these verbs in sentences, shall we? طائرتها وصلت في الوقت المحدد. Here we have the verb wasala conjugated in the perfect third person singular because we are referring to her airplane, her plane. طائرة, plane, plus ha, the suffix pronoun ha referring to her plane. So her plane arrived on time. في الوقت المحدد. المحدد means exact, precise. So this expression means right on time. Her plane arrived right on time. And wasalat is conjugated in the third person singular because طائرة is a singular feminine noun. نثق بصديقنا كل الثقة. From the verb وثق. وثق has to be followed by be, the preposition B. كل الثقة. When you have كل plus the verbal noun of the verb, it means that there is an emphasis going on. Full trust. وثق B to trust. كل الثقة, full trust. So we have full trust or full confidence in our friend. Alright? أهب كتابي لك. أهب from the verb وهب, to give. In the imperfect, the waaw, the first radical, is gone. We have a prefix plus the second and third radical. Alright? I give you my book. كتابي لك. وهب لي. وهب لي. I give my book to you, or I give you my book. وعدهم بالذهاب معهم إلى الحفلة. وعد, to promise. وعد be. Alright? So he promised them. وعدهم. So that's whom, the object, is referring to them. وعد, he. So he promised them. So وعدهم بالذهاب. بالذهاب. So we have وعد plus be plus the verbal noun الذهاب of the verb ذهب, to go. So here we will render this verbal noun with the infinitive to go. So he promised to go with them to the party. إلى الحفلة, to the party. لم يفي الرجل بوعده. From the verb وفى. وفى means to keep. وفى بالوعد means to keep a word. So here we have a negation going on, since we have used the particle of negation لم, and لم is equal to did not in English. So the man, the subject is الرجل. The man did not what? Keep his word. لم يفي. In the jussive mood, imperfect jussive. That's why we lost the first radical and the last one, since this has two weak letters in the beginning and in the end. وفا, the waaw and the shortened alif. So here we are left just with the prefix ya and the consonant fa. Alright? لم يفي. لم يفي الرجل بوعده. You, both of you, addressing second person masculine dual. You, both of you, find Arabic difficult. I think there are more than two of you, right? Now everybody's screaming, yes, me too. I find that Arabic is so hard. Okay. So we are going to use the verb وجد, to find. So أنتما تجدان. So we have the ta, the prefix ta, referring to the second person dual masculine. So you, both of you, find Arabic difficult. تجدان اللغة العربية. Arabic. اللغة العربية. The Arabic language. اللغة, language. صعبة, difficult. صعبة. The عين, صع. Do you know how to pronounce the عين? It's, you start saying ah and then you press against your throat. Ah. So that عين will come out. Alright? You can even write it like an ah. Ah squished with a ra. This is the way that would remind you how to pronounce ain. So and you press against the a to have to pronounce the ain. Alright. You described Egypt as being very beautiful. The verb to describe, wasafa, another assimilated verb. مثال واوي, starting with a waaw. Wasafa is followed by the preposition be plus anna, plus accusative. Alright? So you described antum, antum, second person plural masculine. Wasaftum. So here we have the suffix tum. Wajadtum. Wasaftum. Following the same pattern. Bi'anna. So bi'anna as. Described as. Ha. And you have to attach the a resumptive pronoun referring to the country. And Misra. Wasaftum Misra. Misr, Egypt, is treated as a feminine singular. That's why we used ha, referring to the country. Has third person singular feminine. وصفتم مصر, tiptoed, one fatha. وصفتم مصر بأنها. This is the way you would translate it. بأنها, beautiful, very beautiful. جميلة جدا, جدا, very beautiful. جميلة جدا. The president arrived to the capital. To arrive, wasala, in the past, third person singular. Wasala, the president, الرئيس. وصل الرئيس to the capital. إلى العاصمة. War happened between the two neighboring countries. War, حرب, is a feminine singular noun, even if it doesn't end with a ta marbuta, the ta of femininity. Still, this is a feminine noun, حرب. So to happen, waqa'a. So waqa'a will be conjugated in the third person singular feminine, since harb is a singular feminine. So waqa'at. Waqa'at, we will use the ta. Waqa'at fatha and followed by ta with sukun. Waqa'at. Wajadat. Waqa'at. Same pattern. Waqa'at harbun. War happened. وقعت حرب between بين the two neighboring countries. Two countries, بلدين. The two countries, البلدين. And it is in the genitive because it's preceded by بين, the preposition بين, with the sign أين. أين, يا, سكون, and نون. بلدين, and كسرة. And its modifying adjective has to match in number and gender and case. So the neighboring, المجاورين. So مجاور أيني. Alright? وقعت حرب بين البلدين المجاورين. He will not inherit a lot of money from his paternal uncle. We have paternal uncle am, maternal uncle khal. There is such a difference in Arabic. So he will not. Here the sentence is in the future and negated. So we have to use len plus the imperfect subjunctive of what verb to inherit? Waritha. Alright, conjugated in the third person singular, he. So هو لن يرث, the waaw is dropped because it is conjugated in the imperfect. Alright? And we have a fatha, a sign of the imperfect subjunctive. لن يرث. مالا كثيرا. مالا, money. Alright, this is the object of the verb waritha. That's why it is in the accusative. And since this is indefinite, it has a tanween. مالا كثيرا is its modifying adjective, matching in the case كثيرا. Alright, so كثيرا means a lot. Alright? Watching my channel is the time for assimilation of Arabic grammar, right? Thereafter is the time for its application. After that is the time for waiting for another lesson from me, Loubna. Stay tuned. إلى اللقاء.